area is inside. So when you think about it, think about that big A, that area in the middle. And I'll show you at the same time, we can cover it with unit squares. An area also talks about the amount inside, the amount of unit squares that are covering an object. So let's talk about how to figure different things out, because at the end of this week, you're going to be comparing area and perimeter, and it can get a little tricky. Okay, so for perimeter, how do I find perimeter? And we're talking about formulas, and formulas are just equations. They're math problems. So in order to figure out the perimeter, how do I figure out, what do I do? What's my equation? Well, let's give these two shapes some numbers, okay? Let's pretend these are houses, or let's pretend this one is a house, and I want to build a fence. I want to go around the outside of my fence. I'm not going to go on the inside. Fences don't go on the inside, right? Fences go around the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 feet. If I know that one side of the square is 4 feet, I'm going to know that all of the sides of the square are 4 feet, because that's the definition of a square. They all have the same size. So if I just want to go along the outside, for perimeter, I'm going to add up all the sides. And if I want to put in, a letter to represent my equation, we've talked about that. You can put in A, you can put in F, you can put in any letter. But perimeter, I'm going to add up all my sides. Side plus side plus side plus side. Now, if you have a shape that has 10 sides, you're going to add it up 10 times, 10 sides, okay? So if I did, and this was probably not the best example, but actually it might be, because it'll show you to really check your work and check your drawings. If I added all these sides, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, what do I get? I could also say 4 times 4. And in this case, your perimeter, if you add up all the 4s, you get 16. And let's say those are feet, so you always have to label it 16 feet, okay? The area is the inside. That's like if we were doing a carpet or a ceiling. I want to see how much of something covers the inside. In this case, I can just count the unit squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Also, hi, can you say hi to the boys and girls?
Hi.
Hang on 1 second, please. Yes. Area is your length times your width. One side times the other side. Length times your width. Now in a square today, this is going to be a little different, because this doesn't always happen. But in this one, and you don't have to use that little square, but that shows me that these are square feet. My area is the same as the perimeter. That does not always happen though. But if you think about it, in the square, we're covering this much, and then in our perimeter, we're going around the outside with our fence. But I wanted you to see that in that case, those equal each other. But that's not always the case. Let me show you another one. Oh my. I'm going to give this side 2 feet, okay? So if this side is 2 feet, what else can you guys tell me about my other sides? Yes, the one directly across. These are parallel lines. Say parallel. You'll learn that next week. It's a pair. That one's also going to be 2 feet. And I'm going to say this one is 4 feet. That is not exact. That's not really 4 feet. Okay? What do I do if I want to find the perimeter? Perimeter is all the way around. So the perimeter, we're going to add side plus side plus side plus side. You have to figure out all your sides first. If you don't, you can't add them up. If you know this side, you can figure out this side. 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. That's my perimeter. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, but what's my area? What's the inside? Length times width. 2 feet times times 4 feet. It's just like an array. If you multiply your columns times your rows, you can get all of this without having to go and count them all up. 2 times 4. Your area equals 2 times 4. What's my area? 8. 8 square feet. Okay? They are different. This one, they're different. Your area is less than your perimeter. You actually need less material inside than you do to go around outside. Let me show you one more thing today. So that is just a recap. That's what you should have done so far. But then later in the week, they're going to ask us, we'll compare area and perimeter. Okay? So actually, let's do one like this. Oh, boys and girls. Okay. They're supposed to be even. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's this shape called? A hexagon. My hexagon, I want to fence this yard. It's a hexagon shape. And my fence is going to have 2 feet on each side of the hexagon. How many sides does a hexagon have? 6. So I'm going to have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now, even though my formula for perimeter is to add up all my sides, I'm adding 2. How many times? 2 plus 2 plus 2. 6 times. I don't want to keep going with my 2's. I could count by 2's, but why don't I just go like this? 6 sides times 2 equals 12. I'm still counting up the outside, but I'm counting my 2's 6 times. So even though perimeter is adding, if you're adding the same number every time, turn it into a multiplication problem, okay? So let me show you what I was talking about comparing area and perimeter. I'm going to do a rectangle. Apparently I like pink rectangles, okay? And I'm going to label this side 4 feet. And I'm going to label, let's see, do I want to do this? Oh, okay, that's all I'm going to give you right now. My rectangle has an area of 24 feet. And I know one of my sides is 4 feet. What is the length of my other side? Remember we put these little guys in? So I'm going to just say W. I don't know, because I like the letter W. You can pick anything. You can pick any letter to go in there. That's our unknown. I don't know the length of this side. But I do know the length of this side. And I do know the area. And I do know the formula for area. Area is length times width. So let's plug in our numbers. If I know one side, the width, times W, times our unknown equals 24. Well, I can work backwards with division, or I can say 4 times what is 24? What is it? 6 feet. So my W equals 6. And we've done that. We know how to find the unknowns in class. So now, 6 feet, 4 feet. Okay, now find the perimeter. Wait, Miss Kriby, you just said area. Okay, I know. But now we know the sides. And now if you know the sides based on the area, you can figure out the perimeter. If you need to know the perimeter, you go all the way on the outside, okay? Well, what are my sides? I can find perimeter now that I know area. If this one is 4, this one is 4. If this one is 6, this one is 6. Let's add them up. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. Plus 4 more is 20. So my area of this one is 24 feet, but my perimeter equals 20. So you can compare these. I will need less material to go around the outside than I will need to cover the inside because my perimeter is less. One more. I know it's a little long of a video, but I'm throwing everything into one. down here a little bit. Ready? Okay, so what if my house is not a perfect rectangle? Okay. What if my house, which that would be really cool. Maybe this could be my own little secret bedroom or something. All right. So I need to know the lengths of the sides, but not always. I'll show you how to figure out something if you don't know all the lengths of the sides, okay? So let's say this one, it looks about, let's say it's 8 feet. Okay, you always have to label your sides too. This one down here is 4 feet. This one over here, we'll make this guy 6 feet. We'll make this one 2. And we will make this one 2 as well. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys the perimeter of this entire house. Perimeter, wait, what's perimeter? Perimeter is the outside. Oh, let me go back up here. Perimeter is outside. The perimeter of this entire house is 24 feet, okay? Perimeter, sorry, this is totally like on the fly. I'm just changing colors. Perimeter equals 24 feet, okay? There is one side I don't know the length of. This guy right here. I'm going to put a big question mark there. I need to find the length of that side. Well, Miss Kriby, I don't know how to figure out the length of that side. Yes, you do. Because in order to find perimeter, you add up all the sides. So go ahead and add up all the sides right now without that side. 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 8. And what I do too when I add up the sides, I kind of check them off. Okay, I added that side. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 8 more is 18 because I never want to double add. Plus 2 more is 20. Plus 2 is 22. Okay. How do you figure out perimeter? You add up all the sides. 22 plus unknown. I don't know this side. Equals, but I do know my entire perimeter. My entire perimeter is 24. 22 plus what is 24? Well, how do you solve addition? You use the opposite, which is subtraction. What is 24? Take away 22. The answer is 2. This side is 2. Okay? What if I want to know the area of this entire shape? Area. Okay, wait, we're switching back. Area is the inside. Again, you really have to get that in your head, those definitions. Well, I don't know if I can multiply length times width because there's so many length times widths. Well, let's do this. Let's split them into 2 shapes. This is going to be my first shape that I worry about the area. This is going to be my second shape. What is length times width of the first shape? Shape number 1. Length times width. I'm just looking at this square. Well, apparently it's not a square because the sides are different, but Miss Kriby can't draw very well. This side times this side. 6 times 4. Equals 24. Okay, but I'm not done. I need to find the area of the entire shape, so I need to figure out the area of this one. Well, we said this side is 2 feet, this side is 2 feet. 2 times 2. I'm going to figure out the area of the second square. 2 times 2. Oh my goodness. Equals 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, if I want to find the total, I take one shape and I add it up. Area plus one shape plus the area of the other shape gives me the area of the entire shape. So it's feet squared or squared feet. All right, that is area perimeter. And a quick little lesson, even though it wasn't quick, but normally I'd take a whole week at least to do this. I love you guys. I wish I was in the classroom with you. Draw it out, whiteboards, everything you need to do these. Love you.